Ethernet is packet based. It's not necessarily real time, but when you need deterministic reliability, which you need for audio, right? You can't send audio in. You can't reconstruct the packets of audio, after the fact. You need to do it real time. So Ethernet AVB has dedicated, bandwidth specific for real time delivery of audio and video. And of course, they changed it from Ethernet AVB, audio video bridge, to Ethernet TSN, time sensitive networks, simply because it's more than just audio video now. There might be other functions, and automotive is one of the adopters, but also is professional audio and music and recording industry. That's a big area, industrial, et cetera. So there's other real time needs. So Ethernet being first of all, of course, wildly popular in consumer electronics and industrial applications, but also it's cost effective, right? And so Broadcom was the first to come out with broader reach, which is a single, copper twisted pair to get 100 megabit at least. That was the initial Ethernet AVB speed, 100 megabit per second. Capabilities very inexpensively. So remember I mentioned that MOST was optical. So it was not only more expensive linkage between two electronic modules, but then there was also a transceiver, I should say, that was not inexpensive, we'll say, and that would convert to optical, right, from electrical. So there's a lot of attraction to Ethernet AVB or Ethernet TSN now, and so that seems to be the way that the auto industry is moving. Now, I have to put a little bit of caveat on that, in that it's the initial deployments were still related to entertainment solutions, whether that be a rear seat entertainment system or communications between, say, an instrument cluster and an infotainment system, or a heads-up display system. But now the desire is for higher speeds, really, and to move into, of course, ADAS and type functions. And in those safety critical situations, the thought is to send uncompressed video, say, from cameras for stitching and things like that. And in those cases, gig Ethernet is being needed, and so I think TSN is addressing that. I'm not an expert at TSN, but I think that's one thing that they're investigating. But I also know that some companies are going raw gig Ethernet as well for cases that they can afford to do that. So absolutely, it's a very interesting area. Now, taking that a little bit farther, and I don't know exactly where your question was originated, but now you have to talk about, that's just transporting data inside the vehicle. Now you have to talk about data in and out of the vehicle, which poses its own challenges with regard to not only data rates but data costs and who covers that, and et cetera. But assuming that the 4G and soon 5G networks, certainly the 5G networks will be able to handle a lot of data capacity in and out. So the vehicles are going to need more and more high-speed networks, at least for these large, I'll call them larger, automotive electronic control modules. There'll still be a lot of smaller modules that don't necessarily need that high speed. Take door lock modules or something like that, right? But the infotainment system, the instrument cluster, ADAS, autonomous, obviously those have higher speed and more real time needs, and so that's what's being addressed there.
Oh wow! So yeah,